The Nothing Phone 2 is launching July 11th, including in the US. Today we got a sneak peek and a little bit of insider information. Super excited to share with you guys. Do you know why they use the octopus emoji to announce the Nothing Phone 2? Stick around, we might have some information on it. June 16th, the Nothing Company Discord server hosted an event that they titled US Expansion Discussion and AMA with Kyle Kiang, the VP of Nothing for North America. Not only did they talk a little bit about the Nothing Phone 2, which will be launching on July 11th, but they also took questions from the audience. And I thought a couple of them were interesting enough that I wanted to make a quick video and share them with you. I wanted to share a few of those insights as there weren't that many people in that live event. One of the first questions that Rob, the moderator of the Discord community, asked to Kyle was, how big of a deal is it to launch the Nothing Phone 2 in the US? Kyle's response was pretty simple in that there's a lot that goes into it, but it's not too bad because they are already shipping products to the US. All of the products can now be found pretty easily on Amazon or just about any of those other sites. I'm guessing the biggest issues they ran into were all of the conversations and contracts that go into carrier negotiations. Kyle continually mentioned throughout the hour-long AMA that he was very excited for brand new innovations, very specifically in the software of the Nothing OS 2.0. Kyle was pretty clear that the Nothing Phone 2 was going to be an iteration on the Nothing Phone 1. Definitely a more premium device, as everybody has confirmed already, but the big innovations are going to be with the software. He said that there are thoughtful changes to the way that people are going to interact with the phone and the software that comes with it. And he was also very adamant that he was excited for people to try it and let the software speak for itself. Another vague statement that Kyle alluded to was after the question about having an ambassador program launching in the United States. He said while nothing is confirmed and he cannot announce anything at this point, it's definitely an idea that they are excited about and that they definitely want to explore. And not just in the United States. He says that's probably one of the best ways to reach all of the regions across the world. So look forward to something like that coming, he said, sometime hopefully this year. Another thing for the US that he alluded towards was a big launch event the week of the Nothing Phone 2 in New York. So if you're on the East Coast and you want to get in on something like that, make sure you are close by New York City come July 11th. When asked about outside of a potential ambassador program, what the best way to spread the good news of the Nothing Phone and the Nothing Company was, Kyle simply responded just by talking to your friends and family about it, and that there are other options other than an Apple or a Samsung device. That's the biggest thing that anybody could do for a company like Nothing. Something that I try to champion on this channel. I love phones that are different than the mainstream and have a little bit of innovation behind them. One of the reasons that I've been following the Nothing Company here the last couple of months, I'm very excited to see what they can do different that's going to differentiate themselves once they are launched officially in the US market. Speaking of differentiating themselves in the US, that was a question that was somebody asked how they were best going to do that. And Kyle again responded that that should be pretty easy. He said everything is so boring right now in the United States that doing almost anything different is going to stand out and is going to differentiate the Nothing Company from the competition. But the big differentiator for the Nothing Company is going to be the Nothing OS 2.0. Kyle said that he's really excited for everybody to try it out, take a deep dive into the software, and see not only how much more efficient it was processing wise, but how efficient it is for a human to use. He said something about not being held captive to all of the apps that are on your phone anymore. So I'm really interested to see what is going to be baked into the Nothing Phone OS 2.0. One of the big controversies around the Nothing Phone 2 is the lack of a third camera on the new phone. When asked about that, Kyle said again, I am very confident with the device and the software that we are providing with it. He said, I'm very impressed, and I think everybody else is going to be impressed with what this phone can do. But again, he wants it to speak for itself. Another audience member asked if the Nothing Company had any interest in creating an entire ecosystem like Apple, Samsung, or Google. And he said, absolutely, that's definitely a long-term goal. But at the moment, they are 100% focused on building a solid foundation and then continuing building on top of those devices. So again, while I think we can expect something like a tablet or a watch in the future, I don't think that it's going to be anywhere in the near future. And then me being such a fan of my LG Wing, I had to ask what his thoughts were on weird form factor phones as well as folding phones, and if he thought that nothing would ever approach a device with a different form factor like that, and then just general thoughts. If he thought that there was room in a normal consumer's life for a different form factor, or if a standard candy bar slab phone is going to be what we see going into the future. And he said absolutely, different form factors are fantastic. The LG Wing was an amazing device, confirmed, but that's again not something that Nothing is exploring at the moment. So it's probably going to be a while until we see a Nothing folding phone or completely different form factor outside of a normal standard slab phone. And when it comes to the octopus emoji, what did Kyle have to say? Well, in standard marketing speak, he could neither confirm nor deny what exactly it stood for, but he did say that there were a lot of popular posts and tweets online commenting about how octopi have 8 legs in particular, and he thought that that was an interesting theory. So we can only assume that the octopus is meant to symbolize the Snapdragon 8 Plus chip that they've put in the Nothing Phone 2, but we may never know for sure. If you're not familiar with the Nothing Phone 2 and the confirmed and or speculated, leaked, and all of the other rumors about these specs and things going around about that, make sure you check out this video here. I detailed it all there. Thanks for watching this video. We will see you in the next one.